Shagwani. Today I am going to talk about how to remove a PFM crown from the patient's tooth. Well, dentistry has its own share of hardships and challenges. One of these challenges is to remove an already cemented crown of the patient's tooth. This could be a really difficult procedure to perform and can turn into a real nightmare very quickly. The crown might have to be removed for a wide array of reasons, like performing endodontic therapy on a previously healthy tooth, to retreat an already treated tooth, or simply just a change of products from PFM to a metal-free crown or bridge. For instance, if a crown tooth requires root canal therapy for any reason, a lot of dentists would opt to perform the procedure through the crown by creating an access opening through the occlusal of the crown. Although this process could be performed, but it really does not guarantee ideal treatment outcome, and a lot of complications are waiting to happen, like instrument breakage because of lack of straight line access, or leaving behind some amount of pulpal remnants which can lead to reinfection at a later stage. There are a few techniques and instruments today to retrieve the previously cemented crowns. Let's have a look at a few of them. Okay, there are a couple of techniques and a few instruments available today to retrieve previously cemented crowns and bridges. One of these involves the use of these crown removers. Various designs of these crown removers are available with interchangeable tips, but these actually involve forcing or jerking the crown out, which can be really dangerous at times. It can actually cause the tooth underneath to fracture, especially if it is a root canal treated tooth where the tooth is already brittle. Or even worse, it may lead to the crown coming out along with the tooth. That's obviously a worst case scenario, but very embarrassing situation. Well, the easiest and the most predictable way of removing a crown, in my opinion, is using rotary cutting instruments. For example, you would use a carbide instrument for a PFM crown. This method is both inexpensive and predictable. I mean, you are doing things in a predictable fashion. It might be a little time consuming, but who cares? You need to get the crown out safely without damaging the tooth structure underneath.
So these are the types of carbide burrs available, and a lot of others are available also, but as long as it is a metal cutting carbide, it doesn't really matter which one you use. It is important to use a new burr though for every crown you cut. I am going to use the one on the left today. The first step in removing a PFM crown from the tooth is to expose the metal coping by removing the ceramic. Cutting through the ceramic is relatively easier compared to cutting metal. I use this kind of a diamond burr and it cuts through the ceramic like a hot knife through butter. Once I have exposed the metal, I stop using this burr and switch over to the carbide. The patient reported with a complaint of food lodgement on the distal aspect of the forceps. It is actually a PFM crown which was looted after root canal therapy. So I decided to remove this crown and replace it with a Bruxzir. As you see, I have started cutting through the ceramic with a diamond burr that I just showed to you. And as I said, it actually cuts like a hot knife through butter. All I need to really do here is to expose the metal underneath. I start cutting from the buccal side over to the lingual through the occlusal with soft and gentle strokes. We do not really need to apply any pressure. As you can see, I have exposed the metal structure underneath here. I am now going to extend the cut to the lingual surface now to expose the metal using the same diamond burr, of course. It's very important to protect the tongue and the cheeks so you don't lacerate the soft tissues. After this, I am going to move over to the metal cutting carbide that I just showed to you. I will use it with a gentle brushing stroke, and it is important not to apply too much of pressure as you don't need to. You let the burr do all the work for you. We follow the same pattern again, start from the buccal wall to the lingual through the occlusal surface. The objective is to cut through the metal and expose the tooth structure underneath. I really apologize for the poor quality of this image, but I just want you to look into the mirror and appreciate that the tooth structure is visible now. I will now look to achieve the same thing on the occlusal surface as well. Again, as you can see, I am using very light, gentle brushing strokes without applying too much pressure. Now once I have exposed the tooth structure, I will start using an instrument. In this case, I am using a flat bladed instrument. There you saw a piece of ceramic fly out. I just use the instrument like a crowbar to pry the crown out. There you go, it's out. I also want you to notice how comfortable the patient is, unlike when you use a crown remover.
Well, that's about it for today's episode. Please write in your comments, suggestions and requests for featuring certain specific procedures at the email address mentioned below. I want to thank you all for watching this video on behalf of everybody here at Illusion Dental Laboratory. See you next time.